Good morning, folks. It's Rod. Hope everyone had a wonderful holiday, let's just call it a week, between Christmas and New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Hope everybody came out of 2018 a little bit better than they did in 2017. Well, welcome to 2019. New venture for us. Today is the 2nd of January. Our new business. New venture in our lives. January 1st marks the beginning. We are starting, or have started, an online auction house. If y'all are unfamiliar with the format, basically it is an auction that you can sit in the comfort of your own home to bid on the items. If you would like to preview the items prior to making that first bid, you can come into our retail location and check things out. Kind of small scale. Right now I think I've got about 240 roughly items in our catalog. Our first auction starts the 10th and ends the 16th. They run a week. So get in and get registered now. I know many of you are not local, but if there are items that you are interested in, feel free to shoot us a message and we'll give you an estimated shipping quote on those items if you do win the item. Types of items we're auctioning off this first auction is actually a collection of things that I've accumulated between an estate that we ended up with, as well as stuff I've collected at auctions and stuff that I've just accumulated over the years. Items range from your everyday run-of-the-mill household items to some vintage and antique items as well. Some of the clocks and stuff I have decided to hold off. This is our first auction, so deals are probably going to be had as we try to increase our number of bidders. But that is anticipated. I'm expecting a low turnout. That's why I was more than happy to use my items just to kind of help build up our bidding base. You know, not put a sour taste in new consignor's mouth, because we are just getting started. So I've got probably enough items to hold me over for probably 3 auctions. I want to get up to a catalog really between 400 and 500 every week, and this first week this first auction is our trial and error. And I've already noticed that I do need to improve on I need to adjust my camera settings so that I can capture more light. Overall, I think I'm satisfied with it, but I do want to. I do know there's room for improvement on image quality. And we're starting out selling off a little bit of everything so that I can build up an inventory base that I can identify what sells at in our local area and what does not. The experience I do have is based on watching the other online auction house. Yes, we do have a competitor. I see it. I don't think I'm necessarily a strong competitor at this time. I think the community is large enough to sustain another auction house of this type. I know many people that I come across with on a day-to-day basis aren't even familiar with the concept and thought I came up with it on my own. I'm like, no, there's actually one that I participated in for about 1.5 years now that, and I tell them they're all over the United States. So I know that there is quite a few people in this area that aren't even familiar with the concept. So I'm hoping that I can put some targeted advertisements in place. I know I'm going to be using Facebook ads targeted to our area, as well as, we have the ad paper, Nicholsworth. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you guys have something similar to that. There are people that still read that. I will probably still be utilizing Craigslist. Craigslist is not dead for certain things, and I think that this is going to be one of them. That'll be beneficial to advertise there. We've already got business card printed up with our logo. Our catalog went live online yesterday. I did notice that there's about 40 listings roughly that I believe that I did not upload to the catalog prior to leaving on vacation. So I noticed I need to do that, and I noticed one of the lots did not have images that showed up, and that has to do with I used too high a quality of image, so it was not able to produce the system was not able to produce a thumbnail. So they have tools in the software that will reduce the size of your images to be used, be a little bit more user-friendly on your web browser. So it is exciting for us. I've got signs, and this is the crazy part. I have signs coming. I'm doing some lettering on the windows. I have a banner that I'm being made that I'm going to use as our front sign that's going to go up on the building. And I think it said business cards already made. I did a website. I did the website on my own. If you want to check it out, it's www.bidmore2win.com. That is our business name. And it does need some work, but I have not done a lot of web design in a long time. Most of the stuff that I do at work is not necessarily web development. And when I did do some web development, that was back when I was doing primarily HTML and some HTML editors. But anyway, the site is what it is. It has all the information in there, except for the hours. I did not put the hours of operation on the website yet. I do have it on our Facebook group, if you want to check that out. There's not much on it right now. I just took some photos of some of the lot items that might be posted there. Just do a search for Bidmore2, the number 2 win, Bidmore to win. And you'll know it's me because it has Kilroy is on the logo. If you're not familiar with Kilroy, it's that little guy with a big nose. He's pointing at a bid sign. Anyway, we're pretty excited about getting this off the ground. We've been planning it. It probably doesn't sound like a lot. We've been actually planning this for about a month and a half, 2 months. I guess we've talked about it for the better part of a year, off and on, just passing conversation. But we finally, about 2 months, we finally get serious about it and signed a lease on a retail space. Had to go back and forth on determining what bidding platform to use. And yeah, so that is it. Now I've been teasing everybody, especially on the live shows, that I wasn't going to announce till the first of the year our new business, but I think it's going to be pretty successful. I mean, right now, like I said, there's another online auction house, same concept as mine. There's a live auction house the next city over, and both of those run weekly auctions. And I know that I know there's enough inventory out there. Just based on the people that I've come into contact with, I've had lots of people already ask me for business cards because they are in touch with homeowners on a daily basis that are always looking to find ways to liquidate estates, and just based on the number of lots that each of those auctions, talking to people that know those people that have reported that they've come into situations occasionally where they've had to turn consignments away because they just didn't have the capacity. So I really do think that, based on the conversations and little research that I've done, I think that we can sustain another auction house in town. But we'll see. I hope it's successful. Right now our space it's a large space, but I could use larger, at least for storage. At least right now that's what it looks like. I am, but we're still in the beginning phases. So once we get organized, we may find that we have more space than we actually think we do. But that's my biggest fear, is that we outgrow our current location with a lease signed. But only time will tell. Last week I went out to the Norfolk area, stayed in Hampton, Virginia. Did that to see my daughter that's in the Navy. We flew out Christmas Eve and came back New Year's Eve. I have to tell you, Frontier Airlines sucks. I'm not used to an airline that nickel and dimes you for everything. Just be prepared. If you guys are traveling and you haven't traveled with Frontier and you see their rates are a little cheaper, just remember that all carry-on luggage is $50 if you pay at the gate. If you go ahead of time, if you pay for ahead of time online, I think it's $40. You're only allowed one small personal item, which is your purse, or I shove stuff in my CPAP bag that I wanted to carry on the plane, charge cords, that stuff. So those are my free ones, but if you want to carry on your luggage, it's the same as checked. You pay $50. Water, you could get a cup of water for free, but if you wanted coffee, it was $2.99, I believe it was. All drinks, all snacks, everything was charged. You paid for. Maybe I'm just cheap. We flew out Delta, and we had the ability to watch a movie on the way out. Drinks and, water, soda, coffee, if you like, juice, snacks, choice of 2, which is more the speed I'm used to traveling. So the last time we flew Frontier, when we went to Vegas, we swore we'd never do it again. But when Kat had paid for got the tickets for this trip, she didn't realize that they had snuck in Frontier on the way back. We ended up getting back to flying into Spokane. We were supposed to actually be in Spokane about 6:30, I believe was the time originally. Plane was delayed coming into Denver, so it was about a 2-hour delay. And then we finally took off from there. Was about to land in Spokane. All of a sudden she pulled up. Evidently there was a plane that was disabled on the runway. So we went up, flew around a little bit until finally she was like, they're not giving us any indication when that plane's going to be moved, and I don't have enough fuel to circle around here waiting indefinitely, so we're going to fly to Seattle. So we ended up flying to Seattle, sat on the airplane for a few while they refueled, found out that they opened Spokane up again, which I had already. It was really weird because they weren't giving us any updates on the plane. Oh, excuse me. But I was able to go onto the Spokane website, Spokane International Airport website, and get our estimated arrival. So we ended up getting back to Spokane at 11:15, I think it was. By the time I found the car in the economy parking lot, picked up Kat and Izzy and the luggage, we celebrated or rung in the new year in the car driving home. One sec. Okay, so that's kind of how our New Year's Eve went. Virginia, it was nice. We ended up going to the NASA Visitor Center there in Hampton. In Hampton, we went to the Visitor Center, the NASA Visitor Center. Izzy's really into space and NASA and stuff, so she really enjoyed that. It was a nice museum. We ended up going to the Living Museum, which had a lot of animals and fish and stuff like that. That was over in, I almost want to say Williamsburg. We went to Ripley's, believe it or not. We had fun at that. I'd never been to one. What else? We went up to, what is the historic triangle? Williamsburg. My goodness, I can't even remember the name of it. Anyway, there's a triangle of cities that were key to our independence back during the Revolution War. Shows how much I suck at history. But anyway, that was a lot of fun. Had some really good seafood at the pub there at that little town on the water. Let's see, we went to a park that had some like farm animals. It was really interesting. It was free to go into. You just kind of walk in. They had some peacocks and horses and cows and pigs and chickens and llamas and a big turtle, an owl, red-tail hawk, ducks and geese and swans. It was pretty interesting. Sorry, I got to get on this morning. Ended up taking one day and driving back up to DC and saw our nation's capital. Walked around there for the day. Again, we went to the Air and Space Museum and the National History of Natural, the National Museum. I'm trying to think of the actual day. We joked about it. The National Living, no. It's the one with all they have like stuffed animals, you know, taxidermied animals and skeletons and the Hope Diamond's there. I'll think of it as soon as I stop recording. Also went to walk the whole from Washington Monument down to the Lincoln Memorial. Saw the Korean War Memorial, the Vietnam Memorial, the Reflecting Pond. Posted pictures on the Facebook group. But overall, it was a good trip. I was really glad to get back. Stayed at Hilton. It was, let's just say, subpar. I hate to complain about everything, but the people were nice and whatnot. But beds were uncomfortable. The hot tub didn't work that well, and then finally, after telling them 2 days in a row that it wasn't heating up to where it should, and just being told it was supposed to, it was set automatically to 110, and I knew it wasn't 110 degrees in that dang hot tub. Finally, the following day, they put an out of order sign on the hot tub, and then we decided to go swimming. But I looked in the pool, and me and Izzy looked at it, and we're like, no, there's something wrong with the pool too. I think it wasn't circulating. There was stuff in the pool. So we reported that to the front desk, and the last couple of days we didn't swim, which we always like to get a hotel with a pool just so we can go relax. I don't know. It was just, it was, I was ready to get home, sleep in my own bed, see the dogs, and play catch up from being gone. I had 6 packages that are supposed to go out today. I sent 5 of them. One of the orders came in yesterday. I still have to find. It may be I may just have to take the hit on a delayed or late shipment. But just between trying to get the business going, I got some last finishing touches I have to do to that, and just trying to maintain the eBay store, and this morning getting back in the swing of work. It's been quite the journey, but I'm glad to be back and get things rolling again and start this new year. Anyway, I think I better head into work. I got a call in about 30 minutes I have to prepare for. And hopefully one day I'll be able to get out of this, but and be doing something different. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching. You'll be seeing more about the store. I'll be doing some videos from within our retail location, as well as some of the items we're having. www.bidmore2win. That's a number 2 in there. Don't let that sneak up on you. That's our website. It'll link to our auctions. Again, we will ship if anybody's interested. Just contact us either via email or phone, and we will be more than happy to give you an estimate on shipping. And we will always strive to do the best rates on shipping that we possibly can. And anyway, that's the new business. We're ready to rock and roll. We'll catch y'all later. Like and subscribe, and hit that little bell if you want to get notifications when I do go live or when I do post new content. And just as a disclaimer, I apologize for the quality of the video today. While I was in Virginia, we stopped at a store. I set my phone on the back of the car, and about a quarter of a mile down the road, I heard something bounce off the trunk. Went back, and that is my phone. It's got a shattered screen, but still live and kicking. I should have a new phone here shortly. Anyway, that's it for today. We'll catch y'all later. Peace out.